Welcome to Lavender Lane Wellness Center's webinar series. Today, I'm very pleased to announce that Nancy Bruce, registered holistic nutritionist and certified emotional freedom technique practitioner, will be speaking today on weathering the storm of uncertainty, which is a very pertinent topic today. Nancy's passionate about helping you live a happy, healthy, and fulfilled life, and she would love to assist you in claiming your health, wealth, and confidence by helping you release unresolved issues from your past. You will be able to enjoy more abundance in the present. Nancy has a reputation for being able to get to the heart of what needs to be healed effectively and easily, and she's highly intuitive. Thank you, Nancy.
Hello, Christine.
We're going to do a session together today.
Yes, so I'm actually going to show everybody kind of what a session would look like by using Christine and going back and forth with questions and comments and then doing some tapping. So the whole weathering the storm thing, I came up with because I feel like so many people are struggling. It's definitely a time of uncertainty and fear and anxiety and kind of what does it look like for me. So Christine, I'd like to start. Everybody else is going to do tapping along and whatnot. EFT is wonderful in that it shares something called borrowing of the benefits. So even if you're not feeling exactly what Christine is feeling, you should still notice a difference in calming down. But if you want to add things to the chat, feel free to do that. And I'll ask you to chat and kind of measure things as we go. Okay? So Christine, tell me, what are some things, what does weathering the storm present like with you? Or not weathering the storm?
I'm doing better than I was a month ago, I have to say, because it was all the uncertainty about finances, both personal and professional. How am I going to cover everything? The difficulties with managing, like, my parents. They want to see us, right? So, and for their own safety, I'm saying, no, that's not a good idea. And then I feel like a bad guy. It's managing my daughter's emotions. She's really missing her friends. So there's a lot of loss and grief, but there's also uncertainty about reopening. How do we keep it out? How do we keep the virus out of our businesses? How do I keep my clients safe? How do I keep myself and my colleagues and my daughter safe? Mm-hmm. So the whole when Doug Ford announced that things were going to be reopening today, I was kind of like, what? That's too early. It was just like, wow. Like, my initial gut reaction was kind of panicky.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I think too, you bring up an interesting fact about your daughter, because women, of course, take on the energy of their kids because of the empath and the love. And we really don't know what or how they're feeling.
Right.
And then there's expectations of them having to do online schooling. And it's like, are they even functioning day to day? And how are we kind of expecting them to learn?
Yeah, and then, okay, so then last week, the science teacher checked in with my daughter and said, hey, you haven't done anything. I haven't seen you on. I guess they can track who's been online and who hasn't. Mm-hmm. And by the way, you forgot a couple of assignments and quizzes, I guess they were. And then later in the week, he emails back and says, oh, by the way, it doesn't matter if you do this stuff. Like, it's not going to count. And I'm like, they need some accountability in order to have any motivation at all. So there's no summatives, there's no finals, and this is all just for bonus. And I'm like, oh, we're in trouble for next year.
Just like us, we have to balance that, I want to learn this, so I'm prepared for next year, but try to get that through to a teenager or any kid that, it's something that we should do. There's that word, right?
Absolutely. And it's like they can't see far enough ahead
Mm-hmm.
to know that they're going to get slammed with a year and a half of school next year.
So let's really focus on the fear, anxiety, and uncertainty.
Okay.
It's I know it's about the future.
Yeah.
It's not
Definitely.
right now, because if we think about it right here in this moment, there's absolutely nothing wrong with our lives.
No, I actually feel safe right now, if that makes sense. Except when I go to the grocery store.
First step foot outside.
Yeah.
So what I would like everybody to do is I want you just to focus in on the feeling of fear and anxiety and uncertainty. I want you to feel it. Where is it in your body? And take note of where it is in your body. And then on a scale of 0 to 10, what I'd like you to do is put a number to that. So 0 would be no fear, no anxiety, no uncertainty. 10 would be, yeah, it's really high. So what does it feel like? And the number doesn't have to be right. The number is more so for a measurement for you to see, okay, are we bringing this number down? So I'm not marking you or grading you on this. It's just, what does it feel like? So Christine, how high would it be for you?
When I think about going back to normal, into the work world and having the clinic open, I'm like a 7, 8.
Okay.
It doesn't feel safe to me.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Okay. So I'd like everybody to write their numbers down. And where do you feel it, Christine?
Oh, it's in my heart, like and up into my throat.
Okay. So almost taking your voice away, kind of thing. Like,
yeah, actually, I have a froggy throat right now, so like it needs to go.
All right. So we're going to start tapping. For those of you that have not tapped before, I'm going to show you the points, and you're going to say what I say. So Christine is actually going to be my mirror. So you guys are actually just going to follow along exactly with Christine. For those of you that are not familiar with tapping either, we do tap spots on the face. And I totally understand that a lot of people are like, I'm not touching my face through all this. So what I would like you to do when we're tapping on our face, because I've just washed my hands and, I'm sure other people have as well, you're just going to tap on the bed of the fingers. So if this is my thumb, not if. This is my thumb. You're just going to tap there on your thumb and then on the bed of every finger. Okay? So while we're tapping our face, this is what you're going to tap on, is those fingers. I was gardening yesterday, can you tell? Okay, so let's tune into that feeling of fear, anxiety, and uncertainty. Feel it in your body. Take a deep breath in and blow it out. Okay, we're going to start on the karate chop. Even though I have this fear, anxiety, and uncertainty.
Even though I have this fear, anxiety, and uncertainty.
I'm just going to honor how I feel.
I'm just going to honor how I feel.
We're going to say that 2 more times. So even though I have this fear, anxiety, and uncertainty.
Even though I have this fear, anxiety, and uncertainty.
I'm just going to honor how I feel.
I'm just going to honor how I feel.
1 more time. Even though I have this fear, anxiety, uncertainty.
Even though I have this fear, anxiety, and uncertainty.
I'm just going to honor how I feel.
I'm just going to honor how I feel.
So for those of you that are touching your face, we're going to go to the eyebrow. So it's where the eyebrow meets the nose. And again, those people that are not going to touch their face, you're just going to do the beds of your finger. Okay? So all of this fear.
All of this fear.
All of this anxiety.
All of this anxiety.
So much uncertainty.
So much uncertainty.
All of this untread water.
All of this untread water.
It's scary.
It's scary. Wow.
And I feel it in my chest.
And I can feel it in my chest.
Thymus. It's coursing through my entire body.
It's coursing through my entire body.
And then under the arm, about 4 fingers down from your armpit, which is the bra, like kind of on your bra strap. It's coursing through my entire body.
It's coursing through my entire body.
I don't even want to think about the future.
I don't even want to think about the future.
Because I have no idea what it looks like.
Because I have no idea what it looks like.
All of this fear and anxiety.
All of this fear and anxiety.
I don't know what to do with it.
I don't know what to do with it.
So right now, I'm just going to honor it.
So right now, I'm just going to honor it.
It's okay to feel it.
It's okay to feel it.
I give myself permission to feel it.
I give myself permission to feel it.
And I give myself permission to voice it.
And I give myself permission to voice it.
So I can let it go.
So I can let it go.
I don't want to push it down.
I don't want to push it down.
Because it's going to manifest somehow if I do.
Because it's going to manifest somehow if I do.
I choose to let it go.
I choose to let it go.
It's serving no purpose for me.
It's serving no purpose for me.
As a matter of fact, it stops me.
As a matter of fact, it stops me.
It freezes me right here in this time.
It freezes me right here in this time.
All I have to do is think about the future.
All I have to do is think about the future.
The panic.
The panic.
It takes over.
It takes over.
And I lose my voice.
I lose my voice. Quite literally.
I don't know what to do with it.
I don't know what to do with it.
So I'm just going to honor it.
So I'm just going to honor it.
Everybody is experiencing this.
Everybody is experiencing this.
So I'm allowed to feel it.
So I'm allowed to feel it.
And feeling it is going to help me get through it.
And feeling it is going to allow me to get through it. It's a big shift.
Voicing it is going to allow me to get through it.
Voicing it is going to allow me to get through it.
So that's what I'm doing.
So that's what I'm doing.
Letting it all go.
Letting it all go.
Letting it all go for my highest purpose.
Letting it all go for my highest purpose.
For my highest good.
For my highest good.
Take a deep breath in and blow it out. And I just want everybody to check in again. How is that number? Is it higher? Is it lower? Has that anxiety, fear, and uncertainty shifted from one part of your body to another part? What's happening with you, Christine?
It's definitely less. It feels less in my chest and more in my throat. I keep feeling like I have to clear my throat, but I know it's not. It's energetic. It's not physical. The numbers definitely come down, more like a 5.
So it's probably caught in a lot of people's throat. And the symbolism behind that would be because we don't have a voice about what our future looks like, right? So it is really caught there. And we want to have a voice about it. We just simply can't. So let's start tapping again and see if we can shift this even more, okay? And for those of you that aren't familiar, if Christine and I yawn, if you yawn, if you burp, that's all just shifting of energy. Okay, so you might just take a deep sigh. You might be a yawn. Again, it might be a burp. How else does it manifest for you, Christine? Anything else?
Yawning is a huge one. Sighing, deep breathing, and tearing up.
Well, yeah, that's a good one too. Okay.
Yeah, that's a big one.
So let's start again, okay? All of this fear,
all of this fear,
all of this anxiety,
all of this anxiety,
all of this uncertainty,
all of this uncertainty
all caught in my throat
all caught in my throat,
because I don't have a voice about my future.
because I don't have a voice about my future. I'm even having trouble saying it.
I'm stressed about my future.
I'm stressed about my future.
I have to trust.
I have to
Trust.
I have to trust about my future.
And that's really hard
And that's really hard.
because I had it all planned out.
Because I had it all planned out.
To the best of my ability, I had it all planned out.
To the best of my ability, I had it planned out.
And I've completely lost my voice in this.
And I've completely lost my voice in this.
All of my plans have been erased.
All of my plans have been erased.
And this is really scary.
And this is really scary.
Can I even do what I was doing before?
Can I even do what I was doing before?
And if I can, what does it look like?
And if I can, what does it look like?
What do my finances look like?
What do my finances look like?
What does my security look like?
What does my security look like?
The rug has been pulled from under me.
The rug has been pulled from under me.
And I have no idea how it looks now.
And I have no idea how it looks now.
I just want a voice.
I just want a voice.
I just want to have an idea.
I just want to have an idea.
An end date would be great.
An end date would be great.
But I can't have that.
But I can't have that.
I know I want things to go back to normal.
I know I want things to go back to normal.
But what is normal?
But what is normal?
And that gets stuck in my throat as well.
And that gets stuck in my throat as well.
What if I could release this?
What if I could release this?
And just trust that things will work out.
And just trust that things will work out.
If I think back, I've usually been pretty resourceful.
I've usually been pretty resourceful.
I've landed on my feet.
I've landed on my feet.
Because here I am.
Because here I am.
What if I just trust?
What if I just trust?
Because the fear, anxiety, and uncertainty.
Because the fear, anxiety, and uncertainty
are just pulling me back.
Are just holding me back.
So I need to let this go.
So I need to let this go.
And just trust.
And just trust.
Okay. Take a deep breath in and blow it out. Has that decreased again?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, what would it be at now on a scale of 0 to 10?
Oh, down near a 3.
Okay. If you could, so we also want to look at, I wanted to show, I forgot to do this slideshow, was a picture of a tree. And if we look at a tree, it's a great comparison to what EFT really is and can do for you. So the leaves, if you will, would represent the symptoms, okay? And our symptoms right now are fear, anxiety, and uncertainty. Hopefully they're coming down. The branches, sorry, the uncertainty would be the leaves. The branches are the emotions that we're feeling. So the emotions would be the fear and the anxiety. The trunk would be the events, which is COVID. And then down at the bottom with the roots would be the limiting beliefs. So through this, some of our limiting beliefs are coming out. Okay? So I know that you, Christine, you kept on saying that I don't feel safe. So what I would like you to say is, and give it a number, is I am not safe. And how true is that on a scale of 0 to 10?
I am not safe. Ooh, that feels yucky. Probably a good 6 out of 10.
Okay.
I think Because I have, if we open up our center doors, I have to rely on everyone else being really good with their hygiene and with their social distancing and and not bringing anything in here COVID wise.
So the other thing is too that there's been many other times in your life that you have not felt safe.
Oh, for sure.
And we're not going to get into those details right now in front of everybody.
Thank you.
What would be happening is your brain is going to be replaying all of those times that you weren't safe and flashing up to you saying, see, I told you you're not safe. See, I told you you're not safe. It's not safe to be you. Okay? So we are going to do some tapping around the not being safe.
That's great.
And there could also be somebody or something telling you that you're not safe. Okay, so sometimes behind that there could be, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough, or I don't deserve to be safe. So I'm trying to...
All of this goes back to childhood stuff.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely. So, and of course we bring it forward, right? So this is not just about COVID.
No.
This is everything coming forward for us. And that's kind of why we have this need to go deeper, so we can really clear that root limiting belief. Okay?
Absolutely.
But for today's purpose, because I don't want to get into a lot of nitty gritty, like I said, for your privacy, for whatnot, is I want to just focus on the tapping of I'm not safe.
Okay.
So, for the people that are listening, I'm going to focus specifically on Christine, but please feel free to change the words to suit you. So Christine is not feeling safe because she has to open the doors to the center. We have to open the doors to the center at some point. But what is it that maybe you're not feeling safe about? Or it could be that I'm not feeling resourceful, or I'm not resourceful. It's just kind of those limiting beliefs. It could very well be that I'm not enough to be able to land on my feet after this. So it's just raising all of those insecurities. So go with what you think that you need to go with. But if you want to follow along with the I'm not safe, there will still be some of the borrowing of the benefits. Just change it where you can. Okay? Okay, so I'm not safe. 7?
Yeah, 6, 7.
Okay, couldn't remember the number.
Okay.
End it there. Okay, I'm not safe.
I'm not safe.
I have to open the center doors.
I have to open the center doors.
And I have to trust everybody who walks through them.
And I have to trust everyone who walks through them.
I can't do that.
I can't do that.
Therefore, I'm not safe.
Therefore, I'm not safe.
And it's not safe to open the doors.
And it's not safe to open the doors.
And a part of me thinks ever.
And a part of me thinks ever.
Is it ever safe?
Is it ever safe?
When will it be safe?
When will it be safe?
I have to trust other people.
I have to trust other people.
And I've seen some of the stupid things that people are doing.
And I've seen some of the stupid things that people are doing.
And that scares the crap out of me.
And that scares the crap out of me.
Of course I don't feel safe.
Of course I don't feel safe.
I'm entitled to not feel safe.
I'm entitled to not feel safe.
And I don't feel safe.
And I don't feel safe.
But what if I could be open to letting this go?
But what if I could open to letting this go?
And trusting in myself.
And trusting in myself.
Trusting that I'll figure stuff out.
Trusting that I'll figure stuff out.
Trusting that I'll have the proper resources.
Trusting that I'll have the proper resources.
Trusting that I'll do the right things.
Trusting that I'll do the right things.
Trusting that I'll be okay.
Trusting that I'll be okay.
Letting it go, letting this sense of unsafety go.
Letting the sense of unsafety go.
From every cell of my body.
From every cell of my body.
Just letting it go.
Just letting it go.
And feeling grounded.
And feeling grounded.
Letting that sense of safety go from my first chakra.
Letting that sense of unsafety go from my first chakra.
So I can feel grounded.
So, sorry, I didn't catch it.
So I can feel grounded.
So I can feel grounded.
I don't have to have all of the answers right now.
I don't have to have all the answers right now, but I want them.
And a lot of that responsibility is going to be the government.
And a lot of that responsibility is going to be the government.
They are bringing out guidelines.
They are thinking about guidelines.
They will bring them out.
They will bring them out.
And I will follow them.
And I will follow them.
And because I'm so resourceful.
And because I'm so resourceful.
I'll come up with some of my own.
I'll come up with some of my own.
To protect myself.
To protect myself.
To protect everybody in my life.
To protect everyone in my life.
Including the people walking through the door.
Including the people walking through the door.
When I look at this.
When I look at this.
And break it down.
And break it down.
Step by step.
Step by step.
It allows me to feel safe right now.
It allows me to feel safe right now.
And now is the time to feel safe.
And now is the time to feel safe.
I will take steps towards the future.
I will take steps towards the future.
And I can continue to carry this safety with me.
And I can continue to carry this safety with me.
Because I am aware.
Because I'm aware.
And I am grounded.
And I am grounded.
And when I am grounded.
And when I'm grounded.
I'm more able to receive information.
I'm more able to receive information.
I'm more able to react the way I need to react.
I'm more able to react the way... What?
The way I need to act.
The way I need to react.
I'm way more resourceful.
I'm way more resourceful.
I am open to all of the downloads that need to happen.
I'm open to all of the downloads that need to happen.
And all of the possibilities that will happen.
And all of the possibilities and opportunities that will happen.
To keep me safe.
To keep me safe.
To keep the people in my life safe.
To keep the people in my life safe.
For my highest good.
For my highest good.
And for the highest good of everyone else.
And for the highest good of everyone else.
Deep breath in and blow it out.
Oh, that feels so much better.
So let's go back to the original feeling of uncertainty, fear, and anxiety. You were originally a 7 or an 8.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you now?
Oh,
Is it maybe just more of a question mark as opposed to I need to come up with the answers?
Definitely.
Okay. So it's
like a 1, 2 out of 10.
Okay.
Way better. The yuckiness,
Not there.
heaviness is kind of...
What about the sense of safety?
That is pretty much cleared.
Awesome. Okay. So now I want to teach you guys like another kind of tapping point. And just think about kind of what is residual there for you. And if people are not down to a 2, it might not bring it down any further, but hopefully everybody is down at least in half. And by the way, Christine is yawning. I'm feeling...
I'm still shifting.
And people will be continuing to shift after all this as your brain kind of digests all of the information of, yeah, you know what, I am pretty resourceful. Yeah, I have always landed on my feet. And what is the worry and the fear and the uncertainty? What is that doing for me other than blocking out the information that can come through? So we're going to do, so on your hand, the bone from the baby finger and the ring finger, it actually kind of becomes one. Okay, so I want you to tap in between those two bones. And as you're tapping between those two bones, mine actually starts to, there's like a charge when I tap there. I don't know if anybody else experiences that, but it's like zing, zing, zing. You know you've got the right place when. So, okay, so what I want you to do is as you're tapping there, close your eyes. Open your eyes. With your eyes only, look down to the right. With your eyes only, look down to the left. With your eyes only, roll your eyes in a complete circle. and now the other way. Hum happy birthday. Count to 5 out loud.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And hum happy birthday. Good. Take a deep breath in and blow it out.
Whew.
Back to the original question. The fear, anxiety, and uncertainty. Scale of 0 to 10.
0.
Perfect. Okay. So I'm hoping that everybody else on this call, at the very least, was able to decrease this. If it is not down to a 0, you don't have to worry about the wording. If you can just do the tapping and tap and breathe and think about, what am I feeling? Your brain will know what you need to tap on, and you can release it through that. Make sure you measure it before and after, because you want to see that, yeah, that did come down just from 1 or 2 rounds of tapping. And it'll make a big difference. So that's basically all I have for you today for this tapping session.
I find a lot of the unsafety then hooks into finances.
Absolutely, because we don't know about
Yes.
what our finances look like. And in finances, we also have so much hidden programming as far as our worth. So I actually have a program called Tapping into Wealth, and it's 6-week program that we look at everybody's individual money map, and we figure out where the issues are coming from. We go into early family paradigms, because it's amazing what we've picked up from our family, and it's amazing how we are connected just by looking at our financial situation, the charge in our nervous system, and it makes us just not want to look at it. We'll look at outrageous goals. We'll look at goal traumas, and we also look at hidden agendas. So there's a lot of information on there, and it also, it turns out that it's really not about your money. It makes a difference in your money, but it's really about you and your hidden programming.
I've done the Tapping into Wealth program individually with Nancy, and it is remarkable how not about money it is. It really goes back to self-worth and how you were conditioned as a child, and all these limiting beliefs I didn't even know I had. Mm-hmm. And by doing the program, it really shifted things in such a positive way in all aspects of my life, not just money.
Better relationships.
Yeah, relationships and even relationships with myself.
Especially yourself. Mm-hmm. It's being easy and gentle on yourself and loving yourself. Right.
And we're very pleased to announce that we've put together a new client package for $497. This is individual sessions with Nancy. They're an hour long each for 6 weeks. And I highly recommend it, to go into a deep dive and really get to the roots of everything that is behind the I'm not good enough.
Because one session really is just getting to know each other. Yeah.
And I find each session peels more layers of the onion, and you just get so much more out of it. It's incredible and mind-blowing.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank